You want to cruise like you actually know what you're doing. These secret accessories will make your trip smoother, more comfortable, and way more fun. And I never sail without them. Cruising is all about relaxation, but a few small mistakes can lead to some frustration, stress, and a gaping hole in your wallet. So over the years, I've found some must-have accessories that solve common cruise problems. Things like keeping your cabin organized, avoiding expensive onboard charges, and even making sure you get the best sleep possible. These aren't your typical packing list items. And trust me, once you try them, you wonder how you ever cruise without them. Stick around because I'm revealing my top cruise accessories, including one item that'll save you from one of the most annoying cruise headaches. So this is my list of what we bring every single time we cruise. Not clothing, not that kind of thing. These are extras, things that you don't need, but once you bring them with you, you'll wonder how you ever enjoyed cruising without them. And I've got props, as you can see around me. I brought most of the things out so I could actually show them to you. So first up, let's talk about magnetic hooks. We bring two different kinds with us. We bring the 25 pounder. They're magnetic. Okay. We bring a 25 pound and we also bring the 100 pound. Okay. These are great for basically if you've never cruised. Most of the cruise lines that you go on, the walls of your cabin are metal. Magnets stick great on metal. So we use these for hanging up hats, bags, towels, wet bathing suits. I don't want to say it doubles the storage capacity in your room, but it definitely increases it because you get one little desk that's got, horizontal space about that wide, that long and about that wide, and that's it. So having these magnetic hooks, we space them around the room, 8, 10, maybe 12 of them in the cabin. We put our lanyards on them. I mean, pretty much anything that can hang, we put on them because they're up, they're out of the way. Wet towels dry faster. Bathing suits dry faster. It helps you keep the room organized and it keeps things off the ground. So you're not tripping over things. It's a must have. Next up, power strip with USB ports. So cruise cabins are notorious for having limited outlets. The older ships, you're going to have one outlet that those of us in the US are used to, 110 volts, and you're going to have one, I think it's 220 volt. It's what the European people use. The newer ships, you're going to have 2, 3, maybe 4. Some of them are going to have USB ports. Some of them aren't. So you're going to want to bring extra outlets with you if you can. We bought this on Amazon a couple years ago. It's got USB, USB-C. It only has one extra regular plug. But the thing with bringing additional outlets, cruise lines will not let you bring your regular power strips, the ones that you get at, Target or Home Depot for $10 because they have surge suppressing capability in them. That's a big no-no on ships. Okay, so if they see them in your luggage, they're going to confiscate them. So you want to get the ones that are non-surge suppressed. If you go on Amazon, some of them say they're cruise approved, cruise line approved. In reality, that pretty much just means that people have used them on cruise ships and they've not been confiscated. So it's kind of a gray area. Most cruise lines will allow something that does not have surge suppression, and they're all getting a little wonky these days. Some of them allow this, some of them don't. There's really no clear-cut rule on it. So we've used that one on half a dozen cruises now on 3 different cruise lines, and obviously it's never been confiscated. So, and I think it was like $20, so it's not a big deal. But you're definitely going to want to bring something extra power-wise, especially if you're like me and you've got 2 phones, you and your wife, or me and my wife, 2 phones, a GoPro, smartwatches if you bring them, all kinds of other stuff. Waterproof phone pouch, I don't have one of those to show you, but there's a couple things in this list that I could not get my hands on tonight when I was prepping for this video. But, waterproof phone pouch, you're going on a cruise, you're going to be near water, whether it be, the Caribbean Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific, wherever you're at. If you're going to do anything related to water, anything near water, even if it's just lounging by the pool on the cruise ship, put your phone in a waterproof phone pouch. Yes, they're a pain in the butt to use your phone, but all it takes is one time for that phone to get dropped in the water and you'll be very happy you brought it with you. Some of the better ones, the more expensive ones, they do allow you to take pictures. They do allow you to use your phone like normal, but that's definitely worth bringing. This next one, I never personally used before because I've never had an issue with it. Until I get married, now we bring it with us everywhere. It is a portable luggage scale. Now, why do you need this? Well, let's just say that some of us like to bring more clothes than we could wear in a month. And if you're flying, if you don't have this and you can't distribute the weight amongst a couple of bags, you're going to get overcharged, or you're going to be that person who has got 3 cases wide open in the middle of the airport, departure terminal, repacking things to get it on the scale and to get it underweight. So you bring this, obviously, check it before you leave your house to get on the plane to go to the cruise, but also, as importantly, if not more so, check the weight when you're repacking to come home, because you got to take another flight. And we, obviously bought things while we were there, so we now have more weight to worry about. Another must-have, this one I really like, a collapsible mesh laundry basket. Again, this is one of the items I couldn't find for this video tonight, but it's pretty straightforward. Some people will take their dirty clothes and they'll put them back in their suitcases, which is fine. You can do that. We like to bring this collapsible laundry basket. You stick it in the corner. You take your clothes off and, you throw them in the basket. They're out of the way. It's easier to me. Next, reusable water bottles. This kind of started out, as a eco-friendly thing, not, using a ton of plastic water bottles. And then we just got used to it. And now we found these monstrosities. Actually, these were a gift from a couple that we like to cruise with. And it's, I want to say 44 ounces. It's not a brand name. It's probably an off-brand somewhere, but you can use, there's a straw that comes with it. You can drink from the straw, or you can just drink right out of the bottle. And don't ask me how I know this, but I know that 4 vodka tonics will fit perfectly in this if you want to do other than water in it. And they came with a really cool carrying case. I like it. One, keeps your beverage even cooler, but 2, you've got pouches in the front. Now, my phone, because of the size of my phone, it doesn't really fit in this pouch, but most phones will. You've got another pouch in the front here, like for your ID or cash or whatever. The thing I love best about it, it's got the carrying strap. This way, I'm not sitting there lugging this thing around all day. Throw it over my shoulder, throw it over my head, boom. I've got water, I've got beverage, whatever I put in it, and it's right there, and I don't have to actually carry it. Yes, this one is kind of big and bulky. We like it. Some people, there's smaller versions. You can get a 16-ounce water bottle, or, whatever size you want. But having this so you're not constantly getting bottled water every place you go, I find it very useful. Oh, what else? Got much more coming up. Over-the-door shoe organizer. People find this one strange because most people don't bring 18,000 pairs of shoes with you on a cruise. This is one of the ones we have. We actually have 2 of these. We always bring at least one. And we actually don't use it for shoes. We use it for suntan lotion and, bug spray if we bring it, and our cigarettes, and my wife's hair dryer. And we fill up every one of these. You hang it over a closet door. You hang it over the outside of the bathroom door. It's up out of the way, and it keeps stuff off of that counter space we were talking about earlier. Just like the magnets, same kind of thing, but this way, not everything has got a way to hook it on a magnet. So that one we absolutely love. A couple of these things, we might actually not take on a cruise with us, here and there if it's like a short cruise or whatever. But that one, we're never leaving home without it. Next one, this is a personal preference. This is one that my wife and I do use, reusable coffee mugs, insulated coffee mugs. If you've been on a cruise and you're a coffee drinker, you know that the coffee cups that they give you I'm not talking specialty coffees, I'm just talking regular coffees, whether it be the promenade deck, the Lido, the buffet, wherever you get your regular coffee. The cups are like that tiny. To me, it's not much bigger than, an espresso cup. I'm used to drinking, 16, 20 ounces of coffee at a time. So we grab those when, we get up in the morning. Honestly, a lot of times we'll get up, I'll get a shower. My wife will, she'll get in the shower and start getting ready. And while she's getting ready, I'll run to the buffet or wherever, and I'll fill up these 2 coffee mugs, bring them back, and that way we can sit there and enjoy our cup of coffee and not take a couple minutes to mix the sugar and the cream in it, 3 sips, and it's now empty. You got to go, do it again. This lasts a lot longer. Again, it's a comfort thing. This one you don't have to bring with you, but we really like it. Next up is wrinkle release spray. This is the one that we bring. This is the actual bottle that we bring. There are smaller versions, like, 2-ounce little pumps you can bring with you. If you're not aware, you cannot bring irons or steamers on board cruise ships. They're fire hazards. They don't allow them. You pack it in your bag, it's going to get confiscated before you get on that ship. But the wrinkle release spray works wonders. Absolutely works wonders. Because my wife and I, we do dress up for formal night. And, usually when we go, even on non-formal nights, I'll wear, a Hawaiian shirt to dinner, or a button down or a polo shirt of some sort. And the wrinkle release spray works wonders for clothes that have been sitting in a suitcase even for 4 hours, if not an entire day. So definitely worth a couple of bucks. That one's we take with us no matter what. This next one, I like to bring these, a couple of plastic shopping bags, like ShopRite or Aqua, whatever your grocery store is, if they still give you plastic bags. We reuse ours, but these are great for storing wet or dirty laundry, wet shoes, sandy, muddy shoes in your bag, so that it doesn't contaminate your entire suitcase if, you decide to go for a dip in the pool the morning you're getting off the ship, or, you're in the hot tub at midnight the night before you get off, things like that. They take up literally no space, it's really not a big deal. And I don't like getting home after, a long flight or, a 15-hour drive, opening up my suitcase and have the whole thing stink like wet clothes, let alone, have everything wet and dirty. So yeah, we use that one a lot. This next one, again, kind of optional, but I love it. It's my GoPro. I think I believe this is a GoPro 10. I bring extra batteries. I bring extra memory cards. I've got a whole kit of stuff that I bring because I like to videotape, or I'd like to take videos of the ship and whatever country we're in, whatever beach we're on, whatever we're doing. They're waterproof, they're lightweight, you can use them underwater. I really like the GoPro cameras. I think they do amazing quality video, and this is ready to go. I don't think this even weighs a pound, less than that. And honestly, what I do most of the time, because I don't like walking around, I don't want to be this guy, walking around with the stick. So I picked up a little, adapter for lack of a better word, goes around your neck like that. The GoPro gets attached to it, and this now just sits on my chest, and I'll, there's a button on top. I hit record, and it'll record, honestly, until the video card gets filled, like an hour of video, something like that. I don't usually just let it run. I'll hit record as we're walking through, walking into the dining room, or we're, going into a show or something like that. I don't record the shows. Honestly, a lot of times if we're going into a show or a comedy club or something, I'll take it off so that, that they don't think that I'm recording that. But absolutely love the GoPro. I've got hundreds of gigs worth of video, and I just, I like taking the video, and I like the hands-free part of it. This next one, this is just a power bank. This is pretty standard these days. Everybody's kind of got them. We picked these up on Amazon maybe a year ago. But basically, I've tested this out. My wife and I, we both got Galaxy S23 phones, and we've both plugged our phones into this. And when the phones were at or under 10%, and it'll charge them both to full in, 45 minutes, something like that. And it'll do that 3 times before this thing is empty. So if you're going to get one, if you don't have one laying around, if you're going to get one, I think this was like $40. It wasn't even really expensive, but get one that you can charge your phone, more than once before this needs a charge. Just because, if you're out for the day and you need to charge your phone, you're going to be doing a lot with your phones. When you're out, you're taking pictures, you're doing videos, on and on and on. You don't want it to die. And sometimes one charge is not enough. So, or it's worth it to me. This one goes with us wherever we go. Next, I don't have it with me, but I bring a cheap Timex watch, $10, $20 battery operated watch. This is my smartwatch. I don't even take this with me because I don't want to worry about roaming charges and it trying to connect to, no. I leave this home. I turn it off on my phone. I bring a cheap Timex watch with me for that reason, but also because I don't want to have to worry about missing ship's movement. So the battery operated watch that I'm talking about is not Wi-Fi enabled. It's just, a regular watch. When I get on board, I set it to ship's time, and I don't have to worry about being late or worrying about the ship leaving me because we happen to, get on somebody's Wi-Fi when we're in the middle of, Jamaica or Mexico, and the watch changes the time and I don't even notice it. It's simple, it's low tech, but for me it works. It's pretty simple. Next up, if you've seen any of my pictures from our recent cruise where we stopped in St. Martin, you'll understand why I have this. A heavy duty rain poncho. My wife and I each have one of these. I think we got them like $10 at Target. This is not the cheap, well, they're not, none of them are 99 cents anymore, but you used to be able to get these really cheap, flimsy ones at like the dollar store. Now, this is not one of those. This is more heavy duty. It's actually got snaps for along the side. It folds up nice and compact, but it will actually protect you from the rain. It is definitely worth the expenditure. You pull into port, and you look at the weather forecast, and there's a 50% or 70% or 100% chance of rain. Grab that, throw it in your backpack that you carry around for the day. This way, if it does start raining, you're good to go. You got it covered. If not, it doesn't take up hardly any space, hardly any weight, but when you need it, you'll be super glad you have it. Again, this one I don't have handy to show you, but we all know what it is, poopery. As we all know, the cabins on board the ships are not the largest. So if you bring poopery with you, you'll be very, very happy that you did. Let's just put it that way. I don't need to get too graphic with that one. Next up, chair clips or chair bands. We prefer the clips to the bands. Again, I didn't grab them. I couldn't find them, to be honest with you. But if you're going to be, laying out on on the pool deck, on the Lido deck, these things are great. You put a towel down on the chair. You put the clips in place, holds the towel. You don't have it constantly sliding down. You don't have the wind blowing it away. We all know what chair clips are for. They're compact, easy to use, and it makes things easier. Last but not least, and yes, this is the last one, a collapsible waterproof tote bag. This is the one that we got on Amazon a couple of years ago. It's got like backpack straps. It's like vinyl. It's waterproof. It folds over and then it clasps. There's a lot of room in it. You got a pocket on the outside, a zipper pocket on the outside, another one on the inside. We originally got this because we were going snorkeling on a trip and we were bringing our own snorkel gear. We like the full face snorkels instead of the mask and then the mouth. And it was just, we throw both of them in there. We throw the towels in there, change of clothes, and it kept everything nice and dry while we were snorkeling. It didn't matter what happened. Now, we still use it for that, but we'll still bring this on a trip even if we're not going snorkeling, because it basically folds flat in the bottom of my suitcase. And invariably, when more souvenirs are purchased than can fit into the available space in either of our suitcases, we just grab this, put a bunch of stuff in it, make room in our suitcases, and it doesn't take much space. Now this one last one, kind of a bonus one for you. This is pretty standard. Everybody has these lanyards with a pocket for your sail card, your room key. I love these. I don't have to put it in my pocket. I don't have to worry about it falling out of my pocket. We got these, the ones where they've got the little clap, the little clip so you can disconnect it. Hand this to your waiter so you can take it to swipe it for your drink. He brings it back. You pop it right back on here. That way you don't have to keep taking it off, put it back on. It's convenience. But yeah, we bought, I think we got a 10-pack of these on Amazon for like $5 or something. But trying to think I think that's about it. Now that you know all about all of my favorite cruise accessories, you're going to need to know about the cruise accessories that I never bring. Because if you don't, you could end up wasting money or cluttering up your cabin with things that you're not actually going to need. I'll show you exactly what to avoid and how to make your cruise experience smoother in this video here.